Sony had started launching PlayStations since 1994, and since that time, the company has released 4 major consoles along with their replenished designs. Now, in the later months of 2020, they will be releasing their 5th major console, the PlayStation 5, and I will talk about it later. Now, let's start with the original PlayStation. The original PlayStation was launched in Japan on December 3rd, 1994. It was the first PlayStation console to ship more than 100 million units. It is considered to be part of the 5th generation of game consoles and competed against the Sega Saturn and Nintendo 64 in the mid-90s. The catalyst for the console actually spawned from a failed partnership with Nintendo. The PlayStation would go on to feature a dual-speed CD-ROM drive, a 1-core CPU that had 2 MB of RAM along with 1 MB of video RAM, and with graphics that could deliver up to 360,000 polygons per second. Talking about the storage, the PlayStation did not feature an internal hard drive. Rather, it used memory cards which were 128 KB in size to save some games in it. Starting its tradition of releasing smaller version of its console, Sony released the PlayStation 1 on July 7, 2000. In addition to being smaller, it featured a redesigned chassis that was much rounder. It also received an updated graphical user interface. Some notable games of the first PlayStations were Gran Turismo, Resident Evil series, Tekken series, Dead or Alive, Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid, and so on. Later on March 4, 2000, Sony released its second major console, the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 has gone on to become the best-selling console to date, selling more than 155 million units over a 12-year span. The PlayStation 2 is a part of 6th generation of consoles and competed with the Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo's GameCube, and the Microsoft Xbox. The PlayStation 2 launched with its Emotion Engine CPU, which was a 1-core processor clocked at 2.9 GHz. It also featured a 32 MB of system RAM and 4 MB of video RAM. The console was backward compatible with most PlayStation 1 games, which was a rare feature at that time. It was also the first console to support DVDs and USB ports. While the original consoles allowed users to install an optional 40 GB hard drive, it still used memory cards. The PlayStation 2 also introduced the DualShock 2. In September 2004, Sony continued its strategy of releasing smaller version of its console when it unveiled the PlayStation 2 Slimline. Not only was the system smaller, but it was also wider and included a built-in Ethernet port. Some notable games of the PlayStation 2 were Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Final Fantasy X, Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2, and so on. On November 11, 2006, Sony released its third major console, the PlayStation 3, in Japan. The PlayStation 3 sold more than 80 million units worldwide and competed against Microsoft's Xbox and Nintendo Wii. Launching at $599, it was the most expensive system of the bunch, but it was the first console to have a Blu-ray drive and was priced cheaper than most standalone Blu-ray players when it was launched. At the heart of the PlayStation 3 was its proprietary cell processor. Sony designed the processor in partnership with Toshiba and IBM. The PlayStation 3 was also the first PlayStation to support HDMI and 1080p output. The PlayStation 3 also introduced Wi-Fi connectivity and came with a 20 GB of internal hard drive. It allowed users to install their own hard drives as well. Additionally, the console also saw the birth of PlayStation Network and a new DualShock controller. The DualShock Controller 3 was the first wireless version of the Sony's long-running controllers. On top of that, the DualShock 3 also featured motion sensing technology. Sony released the PlayStation 3 Slim in September 2009. Not only it was about a third smaller and lighter, it also consumed less power and ran cooler and quieter than the original model. The Slim removed the power switch on the back of the console as well. Some notable games of the PlayStation 3 were The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Uncharted 2 and 3, Little Big Planet, Red Dead Redemption, Metal Gear Solid 4, and so on. On November 15, 2013, Sony released the PlayStation 4 in North America and it sold 1 million units with its first day, making it the fastest selling console in a 24-hour period to date. It uses an 8-core AMD x86 Jaguar CPU clocked at 1.6 GHz along with 8GB of GDDR5 memory, which it shares with its integrated AMD Radeon GPU. The PlayStation 4 also included the ability of uploading and sharing gameplay clips. A share button was added to the DualShock 4 controller, which also received an ergonomic overhaul and added headset and mic ports. Later on, the PlayStation VR was released, giving birth to a VR experience through a console. The PlayStation 4 Slim continued Sony's tradition of releasing smaller and lighter variants. Some upgrades under the hood of the PlayStation 2 included the addition of 5 GHz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4, and USB 3.1 support. The system is also more power efficient and runs a bit cooler and quieter than the original model. The one big drawback, it removes the PlayStation 4 SPDIF optical port. Again, Sony releases another majorly updated version of the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 Pro, in November 10, 2016. Unlike traditional design refreshes, the PlayStation 4 Pro offers a notable bump in specs. The console is based on AMD's Polaris graphics and features 4.2 teraflops of GPU performance. It has 4K gaming capabilities as well. The console will also be completely backward compatible with the PlayStation 4 games and accessories. Some notable games of the PlayStation 4 are Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Bloodborne, Infamous Second Son, Until Dawn, Red Dead Redemption 2, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and many more. Now up next is the PlayStation 5. Sony has announced that this new PlayStation will release later in the year 2020, but the release date might move further if the things happening to the world right now don't go normal. Even a cursory glance at the specs of the PlayStation 5 shows that it's in a different league than the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro. Sony has improved the capabilities of its platform in every way, adding more efficient storage, faster compute parts, support for larger capacity disks, and support for higher resolutions. In this video, I cannot confirm about all the specs, but it will be surely more faster than this generation of consoles. If you want a clarified detail about the specifications of the new PlayStation, then I have a separate video for that. If you find this video interesting, then definitely don't forget to support me by subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to hit the like button as well. I will keep uploading new videos for you. Bye bye and stay safe.